So where's the reserve fund?
Reserve fund is in, it's in the bank, but there's not any signature authority on that. It might change on that.
So it's in First Financial Fund?
Oh, yes, in First Financial Bank, I'm sorry, yes, it's in First Financial Bank.
So how do you move money from it if you don't write a check, you just transfer it?
Transfer.
Yeah, there's been a lot of discussion during the contract about keeping the reserve account as a separate bank account. Are we doing that now?
No, we have not changed anything related to the reserve account.
It's in the general operating fund.
It is in a separate account, it's in a
Book
s-
account.
no, it's in a separate, it is in a separate account at the bank, but it is not a restricted designated account. But there is an account which we call the board account, which has a separate balance in it, yes it does. But it's not restricted account.
But it's a separate, it's only, in that account is only the reserve fund.
That's correct.
That's not what I thought I heard the last meeting.
Well, I'll make sure I explain it. There is, when you open up our accounts, and you look at them, there is a specific account, which we call the board account, which is an account at the bank. And then we have all three of our operating accounts and all three of our payroll accounts. So there is an account, which we call the board account, but it is not, I guess it's not a restricted designated account. It's there for use of operations if we need to transfer funds. But there is an account, we call it the board account. There is a separate account at the bank.
Did I understand, though, that the county requires that we have an account of a certain amount of money that is in reserve? Did I understand that wrong last week?
That's what the agreement calls for.
That's what the agreement
But
called for.
the question that I'm hearing, and I want to be sure that everybody's comfortable with the answer, is that in that, it's a bank account.
It's a bank.
It's a separate bank account, and the only money in that account is reserve fund. Now, how you apply that is a different answer, but what I thought I heard you say.
I don't think I would say the only money in there, because if we have excess funds or we need funds, we pull out of that bank account or transfer into that, what we call the board account, the reserve account.
So it actually does become, it
It-
avoids the whole issue
it-
of it,
it-
because if they need it, they use it, so that doesn't leave it there for the county's protection.
Exactly.
The way we see it, there's three accounts on the old financial statement, which said cash, short-term assets, and this improvement account. The improvement account and the cash account, is the way I understood it, was in the same bank account. And if the cash account went into negative, it had to come out of the improvement account. So, and if they cease to operate that day, the improvement account is gone, And that's the disagreement with us, is we understood that account would not be touched, without they came to the county and said, we need to use this for so-and-so, can we use it? And,
Do you understand the agreement that they would have with the county, that we have with the county?
well,
To mean that there's 25,000 that cannot be touched for any reason?
That's not the right number, though.
no,
Oh,
that's
it's not the
no,
25,000?
100% of the
Oh,
net
okay.
revenue.
Yeah, each year,
Yeah,
Okay.
it's 100%. Right now, there should be 525,000 or so.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Misunderstood that.
If you balance those cash accounts and it out, how much is left, actually.
I see what you're
That's where where my
I see what you're
discussion.
saying. It's not as simple as a flat number, it's a percentage.
Now, it goes up every
Okay.
month.
Yes, exactly.
Actually, do we do it every month or every year?
Every year.
Yeah, we just do it every year.
Yeah.
It's become a clearing account for the foundation and now the authority. They've used it when they run short of money, basically they borrow it out of it.
That's correct.
And that really wasn't the understanding of that account originally. But, if you read the lease agreement, it kind of leaves a question. Michael Oaken and I just talked about it quite a bit, and
Because it's not
he
clear
knows,
cut.
he knows what the agreement was originally, and I think most of us know, but the lease agreement doesn't exactly spell it out that way.
And there's never really been a policy set or contract amended to allow for the spending of that reserve.
No, because if we looked at the every month's financial statement, we thought it existed.
Right.
They
We
used to
didn't- we
present it
didn't-
at the board meeting financials, they would refer to that account
As a
as a
separate
covenant of the lease. And it was shown separately on the financial, and I think most everybody thought it was in a separate bank account.
And until cash flow started going negative, it never was an issue. But when cash flow started going negative, that negative had to come from somewhere, and it was coming from that account, you know.
We are in compliance as far as the auditors are concerned. We're talking with Michael Oman, you know, we addressed this with him specifically, and we are meeting the requirements as far as our external auditor is concerned. We have the correspondence between us and the judge related to that.
It will cause, and I agree with what he's saying under the interpretation. We haven't taken it to another attorney and have it read, but I mean, I'm where it's at. But it will make the relationship fragile. It will make the relationship fragile because everyone that was involved when the authority was switched to the foundation knew that it was supposed to be an account that they could not touch. And Ray wasn't here then, so he don't know.
So before, it was never touched?
Well, it wasn't necessary because they weren't running out of operating money. They probably would have, but we didn't know it because they always had, up until 2008, there was,
There wasn't a problem, was
problem,
it?
And it's a little more clarification, probably what should have been done sort of historically is those funds are in there for capital improvements, and probably what we should have done is anytime we had a capital expenditure, we should have gone to the county and said, okay, we want to use the dollars from this fund for capital improvements, that's what it was there for. And we've had, significant.
What the original agreement was, that this fund would be set up so the county would be protected if something went wrong like now, and that the facilities had been gone down. It would be something there for the county to fall back on. It was not a capital fund account for the foundation to use. But someone inserted a letter G between the covenants, and it made it a separate covenant, and the covenant above G says must have county approval. This one doesn't say it has to have county approval. But again, everyone that was involved knows that it was supposed to and it wasn't supposed to be used. And like I said, I know we go with a legal contract, but we also have to go with people's word, and we also know, so if this is not complied with, it will make the relationship fragile. That was not supposed to be an account to be used as a slush fund.